Okay, here are my 2025 MLB playoff predictions. I'm going to start off in the AL. I do have the Guardians beating the Tigers. That's a team that just kind of has built momentum, and they just keep building on that. A team that has just really come together over the last stretch of the regular season here. I do think the Tigers will win Game 1 with Skubal on the mound, but I'm going to go with the Guardians in 3 games against Detroit. Moving on, we have Boston versus New York in probably the best rivalry in the sport, one of the best rivalries in all of sports, really, and it's just really exciting that they get to match up here in the first round. I'm going to go with the Red Sox on the road, getting the upset over the Yankees. Just a team that puts the ball in play, just a team that doesn't really have a soft spot in their lineup, and a team that has really good starting pitching, so I'm going to go Boston over New York. Moving on, we have Guardians and the Mariners in the ALDS. I'm going to go Mariners over the Guardians. I do think the Mariners should handle Cleveland pretty well. Just a team that's stacked, a lot of power on the offense, good starting pitching, and I do think that's a recipe for success in the playoffs. So I'm going to go with Seattle over Cleveland. Then moving on, we have Boston and Toronto in a division matchup. I'm going to go Boston with the upset over the 1-seed Blue Jays. Just Boston carrying that second half momentum that they've been so good in. And then moving on, I'm going to go to the ALCS now with Seattle versus Boston. I'm going to go with Seattle, just a team that's too good not to make it to the World Series this year. They went all in at the deadline. And just that power, rally, Suarez, just a stacked offense. I do think that'll carry him to the World Series. Moving on to the NL in the Wild Card Series, I have Cincinnati and LA. I do think LA should handle Cincinnati pretty handily. Just a team that's been there before, a lot of experience on that team, and Cincinnati hasn't been there in a while, so I do think that should help LA out. Moving on, we have the Padres and my Chicago Cubbies. I'm going to go with the Cubs over the Padres in this one. Wrigley's just a different breed in the playoffs. Just an electric atmosphere. Padres do have a very good bullpen, but I think the Cubs are going to be able to jump on their starting pitching. In the NLDS, I have LA and Philly, which should be just an incredible series. 2 amazing teams there. I'm going to go Phillies over the Dodgers slightly, moving them to the NLCS. Then Cubs versus the 1-seed Brewers. I'm going to go Cubs with the upset here. The Cubs are a team that won the regular season series. I just think the Brewers are a little too young, little inexperienced in the playoffs when the Cubs have guys like Swanson and Tucker, who have been there before, just not with the Cubs. And this Cubs team has turned it on here in the final week, securing that first wild card seed. So I do think they will take down the 1 seed in Milwaukee. Moving on to the NLCS, Phillies and Cubs. As much as I want to say the Cubs, I got to go with the Phillies. Just a stacked team that has been in the situation before, just hasn't gotten over the hump in the last couple years, but they've made a couple deep runs, and I think this is the year where they get over that hump and win the World Series over the Seattle Mariners. Should be a great playoffs, a lot of good teams, and I mean, really it could go either way. Anyone can win this, and I'm really looking forward to the games tomorrow, so go Cubbies.